to our clients, like this is the way you should stand, this is how you want to knees. But so if we don't have that rapport, it will be difficult for us. So we first maintain the rapport, we build that relationship. Then during the photo session, everything is okay. Then we still also have our plans, as in how we agree, the agreement, right? So before we do anything, we must adhere to our agreements before we get to the business.
Now, just to dwell on that point, kidogo, especially with the changing of posture and how to stand, what to do or what not to do, I myself am a victim of the same. Like I never know how to stand or what to do. What motivates you, or how do you come up with the postures? How do you come up with the standings? How do you make sure everything is working all right? Okay,
as a photographer, you have to be well enlightened with the current trends. So you have to be someone who is on the internet doing the researches and everything. And on the internet we have everything.
Yes.
We have all the poses, we have all the angles, all the shots. So when you get to learn these things through the internet, and also when you get to acquire yourself in the trend, it will be easy for you also like to see which kind of pose or which kind of standing will be good to your client, because not every pose is okay with every client. So you need just to be aware with the trends.
All right. What are some of the common challenges that one faces in this, especially as they are starting, and how do they overcome it?
Okay, when you're starting this business, one, see the mentality that you're getting into a business, your mentality is, I will get money. And not just in photography business alone, any business, when you enter with the mindset of making money, then you will be disappointed. So a lot of young people, a lot of the freshers, those people who are starting into the business, they get into the business with the idea of making money. Instead, we in the industry requires, when you get into the industry, first build yourself.
All right.
Build the relationship. Once the relationship is there, money is a reward or it's an exchange of service. Now when your service is good, automatically
money is good.
Money is good.
All right. Now, networking and building relationships is something that you have said over and over again of its importance and how it goes. So where do you get your clients? How do you source for clients? How do you advertise yourself?
Okay, so I use the social media, but that's a secondary use. My advertising mode is one-on-one.
Okay.
After I've built a rapport with a client and I've done a good job, that client will be my ambassador. My work through him or her will be now like spread. He or she will at least bring one or two people on board, or even refer. So I measure my advertisement points on the one-on-one basis, then also supplement it also on the online, because you see, in this era, a lot of things are done online. And also the social media have at least made our space to be at least wide, so that you also get those referrals and also get those wider markets.
All right. Now, maybe just to ask still about the issue of networking. We know that it has been an issue for quite some time now, whereby you do something and then instead of somebody noticing what you have done, they did notice what you've done, and instead of bringing the services back to you, they go elsewhere. Or unapata, you've taken photos of someone, you've sent copies, and they go disappearing altogether. How do you deal with that? How do you work around that? How do you deal with half in, half out kind of business strategies?
Okay, as I said earlier, you see, before you get someone's attention or before you win a client, one, you have to, be professional rather, and also your quality. So when you do a project for someone and also your professionalism level is high, then he or she will come back again. But if not, because you cannot force someone into the industry or even to any business, you're advised not to be entangled with any clients. The market is wide. So if you want to maintain your client, let your work maintain your client.
Awesome.
So no, don't try to put strings to your client or somebody whom you've done for a project, and next time you've seen him approaching another person. At the end of the day, you see, what we want to take it outside there is our services, and services are offered from any point.
So you've said about keeping your lines or your boundaries and all that. So how do you maintain your artistic integrity? How do you ensure that there's that boundary or there's that line?
That's a very good question, actually. And most we photographer, let me just say, mostly men photographers, we come to meet with a lot of very pretty ladies, very young ladies. We try to put the boundary because, one, you see, photography has advanced from a hobby to a business. And in any business to thrive, there must be principle of this business. There must be rules that governs this business. So professionalism to the highest level is advised because, one, when you bend your rules, then you will find yourself not arranging your books in order. You'll be finding yourself that you'll be experiencing some loss that you did not plan for. So you need to put a lot of professionalism into the industry so that you may advance your business to the next level.
Now, pricing is often a complex aspect of photography business. How do you determine your rates, and what factors do you consider when quoting clients for maybe a project?
Pricing, we've got a lot of criteria we use to do our pricing, because pricing also depends on events. And also, we will not relent our pricing because the market is a lot of people in the market. So you have to have that standard pricing that you yourself or your company will work with, because one, as you put your budget down or you do the pricing, one thing you must know that you're dealing now with your arrears. You're dealing now with your expenses. One, you will not go to a gig or a function or an event, and from there you start counting losses. Before you go to an event, you must put down all your expense, all your transport, all your camera people, and everything, and also your gears. So you must put all the expenses down, and also put your salary on it. So from there, and also depending on the location, is when you now put a quotation to a client.
Very good. Now let's talk about client feedback. Sometimes you do your work perfectly, and then the client does not show up maybe for the final payment, maybe, or maybe just to pay for the work. Ushamaliza kazi, but now nobody's there to pay. How do you tackle that?
As I said earlier, there's some governance or principle that governs our company. Before I submit all the work to you, there's some agreement we have to agree on. First, before I do the project, there's an upfront levy. You pay me the deposit, like half the money. I come to the site, I do the work. While editing, I send you the work via link, but with my watermark. So it's up to you to preview the work. If the work is okay, you send the rest of the money, then I send to you the final copy.
Have you ever met those people you're done with the occasion or the gig or the event or the project, and everything is said and done, and then they just go missing? While I was still starting, you see, it's only of late when I've put all these structures in point. But when I was starting up, you see, you have that you're so excited to go just to any gig, any event.
and you're so innocent. After you've done with the gig, you've edited, you just send the whole footage to the client, the whole photos. Then the client is gone. The client is gone mute, and there's nothing you can do.
Yeah,
because you see, there's nowhere you had put an agreement down. There's nowhere you had signed for. So while starting, and also this to the beginners, you will face such challenges. But what I just want to advise them is that they have just to put their house in order first. Organization comes first before anything. So before you so after you've organized your house, so that when you get into the business, it has a structure.
Let's talk about gear. How accessible is it to have your own gears? How cheap or how affordable are they in the market right now?
So about the gears, it is so right now the DSLR cameras. Currently, they are. You can start with a refurbished one if you're a beginner. That is, because the market is now like the market is accessible. You can access these cameras. They're not that expensive. You can access them through those markets, the online markets. So by a startup, you can access them and also progress with them, because you see, technology is not stagnant. Once you've acquired a camera that was established in 2020 or even 2015, we're in 2024. Currents do change. So you, as a professional photographer, you also need to go with change. But still, for a beginner, there's some cheaper cameras that they can start with.
Very amazing. Now let's talk a bit. Let's try to come up with a business, right? So if today I'm listening to you and I'm like, I want to try this, how much do you think I need to have before I start?
You want to try the photography industry. So if you want to just base yourself on the photography, because we have videography and photography. For photography, we have a camera that can cost, they can go way below 50,000. With 45,000, you can get your camera. And also you invest in your memory card, the SD, around 3,000. So 45,000 plus 3,000,
48,000.
That is 48,000 for a startup. And you can decide as well to add a light, probably a softbox. And maybe around 6,000 for the softbox, then around another 7,000 for the speed lights. So around, if you have around 60 to 65,000, you're okay to start.
Let's talk about the information part of it, like knowing how to operate a camera. How easy is it to learn the photography at itself?
You see, at the moment, if you have the passion, YouTube is everything. YouTube is everything. And if you want to get to the industry, then you need to be someone who is a researcher. So you invest in your craft. Each and every day you visit YouTube, because you see, yes, there are also online programs that can teach you, but with a fee.
Of course.
So in any case, you cannot achieve those online classes. You can also go to YouTube. Try to make YouTube a friend. Try to do a lot of field work. And with time, with your passion, then this thing will be easy for you.
Let's talk about those quack photographers out there. How can I, as somebody who's seated at home listening to you and maybe wants to go for a shoot somewhere, how can I spot a fake?
A fake photographer. You see, a photographer, as you engage with him, one, you need to before you get your work done, you need to pass through his or her portfolio. When you go through his or her portfolio, then you'll see the kind of work that he's been doing, and also the critics that he has been getting from the portfolio or even from his online pages. So that is one. Two, also, you need someone who is reliable, someone who will keep his word. and someone who is professional to an extent. Before you do any project, there's somewhere you can sign. There's a sort of an agreement before any project is done. Because you see, a lot of people are getting into the industry and leaving out the professionalism bit. So you just get into the business. You hear cases that someone went for a shoot but never came back, or went for a shoot and was robbed. So and also you need to work with someone who has a studio, a registered studio. So in any case of any query, you will sue the person through the studio. All right, what about safety of the cameraman or of the photographer? How safe is it? Because sometimes you find that maybe I want a certain shoot at a certain place, a certain location. How can I ensure that as a photographer, as I go there, that my security is ensured? Okay, so as a photographer, your security is the most important thing. And we don't go for a shoot or a project alone. Okay. You have to carry your assistant, so that in any case, you be you make sure that at least you're there with someone you know. Because you see, we don't know the security status. And also we are not gazing that I'm going to a safer place. So make sure you've gone with your assistant for security purposes. And also after the project, please, if possible, take an Uber to home, because you see along the streets, and you see this is someone who has carried camera gears, or even these gears almost worth 200,000. So make sure that your safety is the key. Always make sure your gadgets are safe. After they shoot, you take an Uber to your place, and also make sure you've got someone who can also attest to what is happening. All right. Now, maybe as we are almost wrapping up, let me ask, balancing creativity and commercial viability can be challenging. Now, how do you maintain your artistic integrity? Now, this time to mean to be creative and use your creative juices, but still maintain that professionalism and maintain the business part of it. Creativity actually has come to enhance the industry. And you see, even a client will not just go for the basic. So you need to convince a client on the aspect of creativity. You just need not to bring a basic project. So with the creativity, and as I said earlier, as a photographer, you need to be a researcher. So with the new trends and with the creativity you advance your photography, so that you may not be any basic photographer, and also distinguish yourself out of the many photographers. All right. Now, in your experience, you said you've been at it for 5 years now, right? In your experience, what are some key lessons or pieces of advice that you would offer to aspiring photographers looking to build a successful business in this industry? Okay, one of my principle that I do tell myself, it's good for a young person or even an entrepreneur to shake many hands, but still you also have to evaluate, are these handshake strategic? What do I mean? You need to be building strategic relationship. Networking is the most vital thing to a business. Handshake everyone that is in your line. Get a mentor. That's someone that at least you'll be following the footprints. Because you see, there are people who are in the industry and have made it. So I usually tell myself, why should I make mistake? And there's someone who passed this road. If I know someone who passed this road, let me follow him. If I decide not to follow him, then it's up to me. So look for a mentor, somebody at least you will be looking up to, and also do a lot of networking. When you get yourself into a space, into meetings, attend as many meetings, attend as many mentorship meetings, so that in any case, so that you may build the networking, and these people will be able to be useful for your brand as you are making your brand in the future.
talking of brand, talk a bit about branding. How does a photographer brand themselves?
Also, when it comes to branding, it also entails a lot of things. Before you brand yourself, you must be sure of your services.
All right.
Because a lot of people use other people's brand to engage with clients. But before you brand yourself, make sure that your service are of top notch and your quality is okay, so that you'll be so much confidence with your branding. Because your branding is just a picture of what you offer.
Okay, nice. So as we come to the end, any last words, remarks, or advice, or something just to say to those who are watching back at home?
What I would like to say to the young people, actually, photography has advanced from being a hobby into a business. And this is something that people are doing it to make their ends meet. So don't be afraid, even if you are a starter. Just go out to the field. In the first 3 to 4 months, it will be a learning experience. Don't deny yourself the exposure. Go out to the field and also embrace the critics. You see, a lot of new beginners, they bring a lot of emotions in the field. Embrace the critics. If you've taken 100 photos and the client has said none of them is okay, redo it. Redo it, because the critics are what will build you. So take in the critics and also learn to rejuvenate every time. Learn to change your way of doing things every time. Don't do the things you were doing it 2 months ago the same way you're doing it. Because if you expect extraordinary results but you're doing things ordinarily, then you will miss the point.
Awesome. Or maybe before I can give you a chance to maybe share your socials and all, let me ask this very general question. Is photography something that someone can do full time?
Yes, photography is something that someone can do full time, and it has got a wide range of market. It's not necessarily for you to deal with clients one-on-one, like personal level. You can deal with corporates, you can deal with schools. So it has got a wider range of markets.
All right, awesome. So maybe you can share your social media pages where we can find you for your services and all.
So I have a page in Facebook that is Roy Pictures, and also in TikTok, Roy Pictures. That's and also in IG, Roy Pictures. That's where you'll find me and my work.
All right, thank you very much, Roy, for your time. Roy or Rawlings, what shall I call you?
Just call me Roy.
Thank you very much, Roy, for your time. It has been amazing. I do hope and believe, and anybody who has ideas, plans, or even a bit of an insinuation to start the business is now well acquainted with what to expect and what will happen and how to go about it. This has been EBN TV Morning Live. I was hosting Rawlings Otieno from Roy Pictures, who is the CEO of Roy Pictures. If you have any upcoming photography gig, please give him a call on Roy Pictures across his social media platforms. Well, as for me, Consolata Chibalonza is my name. EBN TV is this wonderful TV station that you're watching us from. Do make sure to follow us on our social media platforms as well. EBN TV everywhere. That is TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, EBN TV. For more questions, insights, ideas, stories, hit us up and we will definitely keep you in the know. Until next time, see you at 1 p.m. for EBN TV News at 1. God bless.